I believe we are live. How's it going, guys? Zoro Fanboy124 here. And I'm here for another live reaction of One Piece, chapter 1110. After a week's break, another week of agony and despair and awaitment for our wonderful series that keeps us happy and keeps us another week of agony, entertained and enjoyed every single week, man. But we are back, and we are here. How's it going, everybody in the chat? Be sure to like the video. All that good stuff. Get everyone in there. What's up, Audito? How we doing? Hope you guys had having a wonderful Friday. I, for one, am not. Not going to bore you with the details, but main story, I feel like shit. I am barely hanging on here, but this is not going to stop me from reacting to One Piece. No. So if I sound a little nasally, I sound a little congested, it's because I'm not feeling super good. But, you know, it's nothing crazy or anything too bad, so I'll power through it. And, yeah, it's time to react to Goda, man. It's time to react to Goda. And I actually had a friend of mine who's not, you know, even aware of my channel. I don't tell my people in my real life really about my channel very often. If I do, it's in passing. But, you know, he asked me, he's like, hey, Jason, I know you read about One Piece. What do you think about this latest arc? And I really had to think about it, because obviously this arc is phenomenal. It's amazing. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if anyone disagrees. I want to hear your reasoning if you don't enjoy this arc. But, you know, he was like, hey, like, you know, what are your thoughts on it? Like, how would you rate it as opposed to other One Piece arcs? And my answer is quite honestly, like, this is as good as it gets. This is I mean, if we stick the landing here, we're in godlike territory, a Marineford type territory, Saboti and a Slabi type territory. It's got something for everybody. It's got something for the power scalers. It's got something for the agenda piecers. It's got something for the people who enjoy, you know, emotional, sad shit. It's got something for world builders. It's got something for, you know, meatheads. It's got something for everyone, this arc. That's the beauty of it. It covers all the bases. And that's why it's so good. I had to think about why I enjoy this arc so much. And it's not just Kuma's backstory. It's not just because of Saturn. It's not just because of fucking Kizaru. It's all of the elements appeal to all different corners of the One Piece world. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. And, you know, I had my issues with the end of Wano, and it didn't really end on the best note, in my opinion. Hey, what's going on, chat? How we doing, guys? Thank you for pulling in. Like I said before, be sure to like the video, share it around, all that good stuff if you want to contribute. Help your boy out. And, you know, after the end of Wano, there was a lot of naysayers. There's a lot of questioners. A lot of like, oh, does Oda still got it? You know, he's falling off a little bit. Well, I don't know about Oda, guy. I don't know about Oda. And, you know, people had these questions. And, you know, whether or not they were legitimate, it is what it is. But clearly Oda still got it. And he's been waiting for this end of series build up here, and we're getting it, man. I can't wait to see what's next. I cannot wait to see what's next. Oh, Cole streaming too. Oh, rip. Rip my stream. Yeah. Usually I go a little bit earlier, but I couldn't today. So, well, you know, it is what it is. I appreciate the people that are here, and the supporters that are here. So I appreciate y'all. Hold on. I usually do a 3 o'clock stream, not a 4 o'clock stream, so, you know, it is what it is. And the thing with Cole is, like, he might start streaming around the same time. More just streaming? Jesus Christ. What is going What is this, like, premium television time? I just do it this time because it's convenient, bro. I gotta start fixing my times. The mortgage's out here, Cola's out here. Yeah, Cole, has to do an hour of like, ooh, oh, does this, and he does a fucking like, yeah, he does like for like 20 minutes. So, I'll try to get that done quick. I'll try to get it done before he does his intro. Yeah, my 1 hour stream will probably be, it'll be done before King Lightning does his intro. So, oh, thank you for asking, Pudding. Yeah, I mean, I was a Toonami kid, I'm in my 30s, dude. That was premium Toonami time from when I was young. I grew up on Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z, and my favorite anime of all time, and that's Cowboy Bebop. And, when I was a kid, I fucking... Dragon Ball was everywhere. It was everything for everyone. Honestly, like... It was such a phenomenon. Everyone had... Yeah, I remember going to my cousin's house when I was super young and, like, being envious because he had all these awesome figurines, dude. He has... he had, like, fucking, like, Cooler... and Cooler, like, figurines. He had fucking, like, Frieza in his second form with, like, the big fucking head and shit. I was like, oh my god, that's so damn cool, man. And I was super jealous because, like, man, I really wanted that. I remember having the discussions with my friends about Super Saiyan 5 and 6. You have to understand, this is before the internet popped off. This is how old I am. This is before the internet popped off. So, like, there were all these fake Super Saiyans out there, and there was not, like, an easy way to debunk these or verify the truth of any of this. So we're like, oh my god, look at the hair. Oh my god, new Super Saiyan. Fucking awesome, man. I used to have a local, like, I don't know what you call it, card shop near my house that I would go and buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards and talk to these guys, talk to my friends over there, and we would chat about DBZ and other shit. It's just it's an integral part of my childhood, an integral part of my my life. And although DBZ was never my favorite anime of all time, it never was. I'm not gonna pretend like it was now just because of Toriyama's sad passing. It was never my favorite, but I actually kind of like Dragon Ball possibly more, ironically. The original Dragon Ball. It was such an important staple in my existence that you can't help but feel just devastated by the loss, because not only just the fact that he died, but he died so young, and it's a trend an unfortunate trend that we're seeing with mangakas. I saw a statistic somewhere that mangakas have like a 20-year less average lifespan than the normal person. And that's terrifying to me, not only for the sake of, Toriyama and, Mayura when he passed, but these other mangakas who are being worked to the fucking bone. You got, Oda sleeping apparently 3 or 4 hours a day, working like a madman. You've got fucking, all these authors out there with like physical ailments. It's crazy, man. It's really crazy. So I'm very it's very saddening. I hope that one day change happens in that industry where they can have some sort of, obviously having the chapters every week. As a fan, I want that to happen. But if there's some way to kind of like, I don't want it bi-weekly necessarily, but if there's some way to make the process easier on these authors, man, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. Like, I don't know anything about art. I don't know if digital is the way to go. I don't know if these artists want to go digital, but maybe that's the future. Maybe that's the future. And maybe digital art is easier on the body and the mind than the physical art is. I don't know. I'm not an artist, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But it is what it is. I mean, it's Japanese culture. So anyway, we're gonna start the live reaction. If you want to read along, you know where to find the chapter. We're gonna get started just now. Get your drinks, get your snacks. I am ready. Favorite moment in Dragon Ball? Easily when Vegeta sacrificed. Vegeta is my favorite character by far. I love Vegeta. I fucking love Vegeta. I love his arrogance. I love when it blows up in his face. I love his pride. I love the fact that he strives to be the best no matter how futile it is, considering Goku's got that MC plot armor shit. But he doesn't stop. It doesn't discourage him. He keeps going. You know? The moment where he sacrificed himself and, you know, knocked out Trunks, and he blew himself up against Buu is my favorite moment. The Majin Vegeta blow up is amazing. Yeah. That's such a good moment, and it's a perfect, it's a perfect crescendo for his character in the story. Like, Dragon Ball, you know, it's not, no one's gonna ever accuse Dragon Ball of being incredibly, like, rich and detailed character study. I mean, it's just not what it's about. That's not the pull of the series. It's fun fights, awesome villains, epic battles, hype. That's what Dragon Ball brings to the table. It's not going to bring incredible, like, emotion most of the time, but that one moment was so impactful and emotional, it really hit hard. So there we go. Anyway, you know, rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. And yeah, I feel bad for everyone that you know, his family and his loved ones. But let's go into One Piece. Let's try to pick ourselves up, guys. I am getting started right now. One Piece, chapter 1110. Excuse me. It is titled Planetfall, and we see Yamato and Momo. Oni, Child Yamato, and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 2. I'm going to travel all over Wano, just like Odin. Okay. Getting some Yamato. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Wow. Lightning strikes down. What in the world? It's just like when Saint Saturn arrived. I hope everyone's okay. These giants are out here using bow and arrows, dude. I mean, but to be fair, a giant arrow would actually be crazy. That's like a cannonball. Like, I was about to clown on the giant arrow. I literally was about to clown on the giant arrow, but I'm just thinking about it. It's like, wow, actually, a giant arrow would be ridiculously OP. Like that you're getting hit by a fucking ballista, essentially. It's a ballista shot every time they shoot an arrow. That's kind of cool, actually, now thinking about it. And there's probably hockey on top of it. And yeah, you can see the fucking ship explode. It's definitely got hockey on it. The giants are moving in. Dory and Bragi. The Holy Land of Marijo. Stella, what's that? Room of Authority. Here they come, boy! Here they come, baby! Let's go! Let's go! This, why, it's the answer to everyone's dreams, Vega coffee. With just a drop of it, you can transform a mug of water into a warm, delicious brew. Slurp. So how many minutes did that kill? It wasn't exactly a strict deadline, but we still have 7 minutes. Huh? Look, bro, we already we already went through 8 minutes in like one chapter. Was that 8 minutes? Literally 8 minutes, right? Is it 15 minutes? Yeah, so it was 8 minutes. Look at that, guys. Everyone's like, oh, it's going to take forever, anime time. Look at that. 8 minutes already down, dude. 8 minutes already down, dude. Even if they try to silence our broadcast, that amount of extra time. Oh, my God, bro. Look at the look. Look. Yo, what is this? What is this, dude? Oh, my God. The silhouettes. If they don't show us this fucking shit, dude, I'll be pissed. Even if they try to silence our broadcast, that amount of extra time won't be long enough to stop us. Huff, huff. I gotta let Nami-san and the others know. There's 5 of you monsters? Oh, shit. Saint J. Garcia Saturn, the Gyuki? Saint Marcus Mars, the Itsumade? Saint Topman Workery, the Hoki, the Hyoki, is Hyoki supposed to pronounce it? And Saint Ethan Baron V. Nasjuro, the Bakotsu. What is that? Is that a fucking Horse? Saint Jupiter. The sandworm. Dune reference in my manga. Dune. Lisa Nagai. Lisa Nagai. Yo. A sandworm. Oda is cultured. Oda is cultured, boys. Clearly knows greatness when he sees it. Oda is a film. See, that's why he had a break last week, because he went to go see fucking Dune. It all makes sense. Oh shit! Oh, we got the reveals! What the fuck is this? Bird. Ah! What the fuck is... Shit, son. Thank you for the sub.
Lisan Al-Gaib.
Lisa Nagaib! Let them know, Young Octo. Thank you for the sub, man. Appreciate it. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That's a fucking pig? Okay. Then the fucking... Oh shit. Oh shit. So he's like a skeletal horse? That's kind of sick. Alright, I wouldn't have guessed horse. Okay. This man looks like more like a fish than he looks like a fucking worm. Why does the worm got teeth, yo? Why does the worm got teeth? I don't want it to have teeth. Nah, dude. I do not want that worm to have the teeth. It looks so cool without it opening its mouth. And then it opens its mouth and it's like, Alright. Alright, I gotta rate the designs, okay? I know nothing about what they're capable of doing. So I'm just going off of designs. Design-wise, the bird is a 9 out of 10. That bird is fucking awesome. That bird is fucking dope. Alright? I love the bird. 9 out of 10 design. 100%. Next up, fucking Workery. Alright. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about the boar. That's just kind of like a 6 out of 10 right now. I'm going to be honest. The boar is a 6 out of 10. The boar is a 6 out of 10. I'm going to be honest. Not feeling the boar right now. Obviously, we already know about Saturn. No need to go into that. Then my boy Nosturo. The skeletal horse. It does look kind of cool. I'm curious how it's going to look in action. Like, what is the horse going to do in a fight? I'm going with a tentative 7.5 to 8. I'm going with a tentative because I want to see what it can do. Just based off of looks alone, 7.5 out of 8 or 8 out of 10. And then the worms, like, bro, the worm looks so cool when it was not the mouth open. The mouth open it looks like a fish more than it looks like a worm, dude. I don't know how to feel about it. I'm going to give that a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. But no, you know what? No, because Dune Tax. No, I take that back. Dune Tax, 7 out of 10. Dune Tax. It's strong right now. Look, I'm in my Doom vibe right now. That movie was phenomenal. So I'm gonna say 7 out of 10. I'm gonna say 7 out of 10 just because of Dune Tax. But other than that, yeah, I'm a little iffy about the worm. I thought when it came to Jupiter, I thought he was going to have the rawest one of all. And the fact that it's a worm, it's a little underwhelming. But we'll see. It could be fucking Dune level of awesome. So we'll see. Nee. Bro, is Nia out here? He's running through the forest? Okay, News Juro. What the fuck? Oh shit, okay. Oh, he got the hybrid! He got the hybrid with the sword out! Okay! Oh boy. And we see his blade is coated with armament hockey. Oh shit. Oh shit, dude. Oh shit. Shit, I've cut up that pacifista. Bro, he's slicing through them all. Dude, he's slicing my boy to his churro. Let's go. Did you see that? A large horse was spotted galloping down the coastline. A large horse. Look at him go, dude. Look at him go, man. Oh, so raw. What that? Oh, all right. You know what? Hold on a minute. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on. That hybrid form is fucking sick, dude. That hybrid form might take it up a couple points. He's like a motherfucking centaur out here, slicing and dicing. That bumped it up to a 9. I don't care. That's the hybrid form. It's clean as fuck. What? Something stopped the pacifista. Slice. Did you see that? A large horse was spotted galloping down the coastline. Large horse. The pacifista on his end have all stopped. Same here. This man just took out all the pacifista by himself, dude. No diff. Oh man, I cannot wait for that Zoro and Noose Judo matchup. That's gonna be nice. It's gonna be good, dude. Oh, it's gonna be so good. The pacifista on this end have all stopped. Same here. Are those slash marks? Negative. They've been partially frozen. Frozen. Interesting. They've been all frozen. Robin-chan, Nami-san, anyone come in. It's hard to explain what's going on down here, but we can't waste any more time. Get out of there. Huh, Sanji-kun, what's going on? Attention all troops. This announcement is regarding the fallen pacifista. The freezing of their neural circuitry has rendered them temporarily paralyzed. Someone on our side did that? That solves the friendly fire problem. This is our chance. Eliminate Bonnie. Dog, does fucking Doberman do anything? All you do is yell out orders, bro. You don't do shit, dude. Come on, you're stronger than that, bro. You're a vice admiral. Why don't you do something? Why don't you go out and try to take out Bonnie? Like, you think these fucking nobody, no-named Marines are gonna be able to take out Bonnie? Like, just by herself. Like, if Bonnie was by herself, she'd be able to wash these Marines. You know, now consider the fact that she's surrounded by allies. You really think that any of these scrubs are gonna have a chance? Like, don't make us think, Oda, that there's an actual chance of Bonnie being taken out at this point. It's not happening, dude. It's not happening, dude. Dude, look at that fucking bird design. Holy shit. Who was that again? Let me go back up. That bird design is awesome. Marcus Mars, dude. Awesome fucking design, man. Sanji should fight this guy. An airborne battle? Yo, an airborne battle with this dude and Sanji would be so sick. An entire fight where Sanji's in the air for most of it, I think that would be amazing. Like legitimately, like, all joking aside, that would be an insane, like, fight for Sanji. Because, I mean, fucking Queen was a bum. He needs a real opponent. You know what I mean? So, let that happen, dude. Let that fucking happen. We need that. We need that. I need that in my heart. She was heading to the northwest shore with the Stride crew. Half the pacifista have already been neutralized. Not all of them. My apologies. Whoever did it must be an ally. Just focus on escaping. A literal monster is flying up there. You have to run now. Is that Sanji down there? I see where it says freeze? Or is it the... Oh, no. That's Noose Judo, bro. Oh, shit, that's Noose Judo. Oh, that's crazy. He's speed blitzing all the pacifistas. You can actually see... I'm telling you, if I blinked, I would have missed it. There's a fucking speed line underneath. I was too busy looking at the bird. Speed line of him going, slashing up all of the pacifistas. That is actually sick, man. That is really sick. Black Blade? Someone said? I mean, I saw that his blade is coated in armament hockey, but... Haven't we seen his sword before? He doesn't have a black blade. Does he? We saw his sword before. I don't know. I don't know about that. It could just be normal armament. Yeah, I think it's just normal armament, but we'll see. You have to run now. Yow. Boom. Oh shit. So okay. So he went through the okay. So fucking Mars, that's actually pretty smart. The laser defense system doesn't matter to the Gorosei, right? It doesn't matter to the Gorosei because they probably all have regeneration abilities. So this motherfucker just flew into that bitch. He's gonna come out on the other side, kind of like what happened with Luffy, but he's gonna be able to regenerate no problem because he can regenerate. That's actually kind of raw. Yeah, this is my boy Noose Judoro again, slicing him up. Let's go. They can't even react to blood. They can't even react to my guy. They're not even able to even respond to him. He's so fast, dude. That's actually crazy. I love that concept of a swordsman that's a fucking centaur. That's so sick. Only Oda can think of shit like that, man. That's amazing. That's awesome. Slither, here comes Snake Man. Or Worm Man. Luffy's dodging Saturn. Whoa. It's digging like a worm? Sanji, Usopp here. We'll be sure to run, but Zoro and Jinbei aren't back yet. We've met with Brook and Lilith, and the ship's good to go. Thanks to you, Usopp. Oh, I see. I told you it'd work out. Thanks. No. Oh, wait. Thanks to Usopp, not you. Oh, so Usopp dropped a... okay, I see what Usopp did. He used the bamboo thing to block the ship from sliding off. Sounds like the situation is dire. If he's still fighting, I'll drag him back by force. He is still fighting. Zoro... Oh, shit. Zoro's sword got knocked away. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Isn't it tempting to go find the source of all this strong haki? It's cropping up everywhere. Sorry, Jinbei. It's all up to you. There they are. They're still at it. Damn Mosshead. He's putting everyone in danger. What a burden. I know this motherfucker ain't talking. I know this motherfucker is not talking about being a burden this arc. I know. This motherfucker is not talking shit. After he just let Vegapunk die. Bro, you need to relax. You need to relax and realize, look in the mirror before you start talking shit. Anyway. What a burden. Oh, Zoro heard that. Zoro heard that shit. You see the twitch. He's like, huh? Uh-oh. Spotted handgun. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, he's hit him with the Gatling. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Observation haki. Zoro's like, meep. Oh, he catches the sword midair. 3-sword style. Spotted leper Hahava hunt. It's over, bitch. Fucking bang. Right in the chest. Wait, is it over? I don't even... Is it over? Get him the fuck out of here. Get him the fuck out of here, okay? Bum. People really thought... Let's just... Hold on a minute. Hold on. I'm taking my fucking headphones off. People really thought that Zoro was struggling against fucking Luchi. People who apparently don't have reading comprehension skills, who could not determine that this man was clearly buying some time so that Luchi was preoccupied and that everyone else can go about their business and escape. You have this man Zoro. Who's clearly not giving it 100%. Clearly not going all out. Doesn't have his bandana. Alright? Doesn't have his bandana out. Casual clash. casual clashes. Casual fucking clashes, right? And people really thought, oh, he's struggling. He's taking a long time there, Zoro. What's going on? You really, like, you gotta understand, like, look, I don't care what fandom you support. I am all for people supporting their particular fandoms. I don't have anything wrong with that. But if your fandom also incorporates you hating on a character like Zoro, just think about this. If your fandom, not even your fandom, if you go out of your way to trash on Zoro, you're dumb. And let me explain why. Right? I'm not just saying that to name call. I'm saying that seriously. You're dumb because you're setting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up for failure. If your entire ideology is to downplay Zoro, for whatever reason, if you're a Sanji fan or if you're, a fan of Luffy and think that people put Zoro too close to Luffy, whatever the case may be, this is also true if you're a Luffy hater as well. You're setting yourself up for failure. We know who Oda's favorites are. We know who are the fucking ordained untouchables in this story. We know who fucking Oda puts his gas into. We know this. Zoro's the motherfucking Lamborghini he's got in his garage. You think he's gonna treat it like shit? You really think so? You really think so? You're setting yourself for disappointment every time. You're gonna make yourself look like fools every single time, and this is so it's frustrating to watch because I see people constantly use any angle they can to slander this man, knowing full well they're gonna look stupid in a chapter or two when Zoro ultimately shows who the fuck he is. It's pathetic. It's really sad to watch. It's really sad to watch. This is a horse that is guaranteed to win. You don't bet against that horse. You don't do it. Yet time and time again, oh my god, it's Zoro ain't shit, Zoro this, is Zoro that, and you're just setting yourself up for failure. You don't understand how absolutely fucked your whole situation is, because it's only a matter of time. And you think at this point, when we're in the end game, that Oda's gonna have Zoro fall in any capacity? Zoro's fucking on the rise, baby. He ain't going nowhere. So either embrace it, acknowledge it, or get the fuck out the way. People really thought people were saying Rob Lucci is stronger than King. People really believe that. Based on 3 panels of them clashing. And they're literally scaling breaths. Can you believe this, guys? Like, I'm sorry. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna finish this chapter, but I have to talk about this. I'm Zoro fanboy. All right. This is Zoro fanboy reactions. Look, this is my angle. This is my avenue. This is my street. I'm gonna drive down the street at fucking 80 miles an hour with the fucking radio turned up to high and just blasting what I gotta say to everyone out there. So you're gonna fucking listen what I have to guys say. God damn it. Okay. You can fucking listen to what I gotta say right now. Alright? People had the most ridiculous things based off of 2 or 3 panels of Zoro. Not a single named attack happened during this time, by the way. Unless I'm mistaken. Zoro wasn't like throwing out named, but there wasn't like him versus Kaku where he was throwing out named attacks, Kaku was deflecting, it was a back and forth situation. No, nameless clashes, fucking Mihawk versus Vista style. Alright? These guys were power scaling breaths. Guys, I'm not joking. For anyone who's not a part of the Twitter nonsense that has to see this bullshit on their timeline, they were power scaling breathing. Let me repeat myself. They were power scaling breathing because he was huffing a couple times. Dude. It's that ridiculous. It is that ridiculous. Power scaling breathing. It's very clear. Now let's just take this back up and put the fandom and the fanboying to the side for now. And let's be very clear about what this whole circumstance between Rob Lucci and Zoro was. All right, let's look at it from a broad perspective, back up from a story perspective, and look at it from a writing perspective. Can we do that for a moment? Okay, here we go. This is going to be, writing class with Zoro. I'm not a writing expert, although, I do have some chops in that regard. But anyway, point is, let's look at this very, very obviously. To me, it was clear from the beginning, since this fight started, that Zoro's entire purpose with this Rob Lucci fight was to keep Rob Lucci at bay, and from a story perspective, to have Zoro out of the way, out of the picture for this whole Saturn situation. Because remember when Zoro, was with Lucci, what was happening during that time? We had the fucking flashback. We had Saturn appearing with the fucking, using the I-beams to nullify people, and the fight with Luffy and then Kizaru and everything. Oda wanted to focus on that without Zoro being there, because, as I said before, Zoro is Oda's fucking darling. He loves Zoro. He loves Zoro. He's not going to treat Zoro like he treated Sanji in that situation, where Sanji's being kicked around, where Sanji's being frozen in place. I'm sorry to say this, and this is not coming out of malice. This is coming out of what their job is as characters. Sanji, consistently throughout the fucking New World, consistently has been used as a hype tool for other characters. As a hype tool for other characters. It happened with Virgo. It happened with fucking Doflamingo. Remember that. He got one shot, two shot by Doflamingo. It happened here, dude. It's happened multiple times in the New World. Zoro wasn't going to be put in that position because Zoro isn't used as a hype tool for stronger characters, because Zoro fights the stronger characters. And Oda favors him, clearly. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to break it to you. That's the way it is. I mean, if you cannot see this by now, you're delusional. Sanji has his moments, the smoking the cigarette, like walking up to Kizaru, but then what happens the next chapter? What happened the next chapter? He took Vegapunk, ran away, got kicked, Vegapunk dies. Before the Vegapunk died chapter, everyone who was a Sanji supporter, maybe not me, because I can see reality, and I know that he's not Admiral level, but there were a vast majority of Sanji fans that were ready for a Luffy and Sanji versus Kizaru and Saturn fight. A 2v2. There were a lot of people who assumed that was going to be the case. And what ended up happening? What ended up happening, guys? Sanji did not end up fighting Kizaru, because Sanji cannot fight Kizaru. I'm not saying this out of hatred. I'm not saying this out of malice. Sanji's my second favorite Straw Hat. But I understand the roles that these characters play. I understand the hierarchy of things. And I'm not going to delude myself into thinking otherwise. It just is what it is. And it's really sad. But I've said my piece. I've said my rant is over. All right? I'm done blaring my music out of my car, going 80 miles an hour. Now we can return to the chapter. All right? Headphones back on. Here we go. Luffy's looking, and he said, "What?" And then the sandworm came out the ground. Oh shit! Dorian brought. Whoa! Oh, he cut his head off. Child of the sawing sun. Yo, that's actually crazy, bro. Jupiter's getting kind of smacked. Jupiter's hype is dying out. I thought he was the one, man. I thought he was the one, dude. And he might be. I don't know, because we haven't seen the hybrid form of Jupiter yet. Maybe the worm, got some crazy abilities I'm unaware of. But, yeah. Yeah, fucking Dorian Broggy. Now we have to ask ourselves as a community, how strong exactly are Dorian Broggy, man? It's hard to really say, because you have to understand, these guys, the Gorosei, all probably have regeneration, right? Most likely immortality due to the surgery, if I had to guess. That's my main guess here. So, if that's the case, then them being injured is not anything crazy, because they're just going to regenerate and whatever, right? But Dorian Broggy still put that work in right there. I'm not seeing hockey on their blades. They non-hockey cut this man's head off. You know, how strong are these dudes? These are the same dudes that got restrained by fucking Mr. 4, or Mr. 3, it was Mr. 3. In Little Garden. It's like I'm having a hard time like understanding where Oda's putting him. Yeah. Did you see him? What a nostalgic face. Oh, I missed a panel, I'm sorry. This was before that. Did you see him? What a nostalgic face. A dark belly is no place for someone like that. Let's go. Because he is the sun god. He needs to be out in the sun. Child of the sawing sun. Hang on, the old timer giants are here too. Gah ba 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 ba. It's been too long, Straw Hat. We had to see you. Had to come see you. The waiting around was getting unbearable. Yeah. Cover and color spread next issue. There we are. One Piece, chapter 1110. What do I think about chapter 1110? I'm going to give it a strong round of applause. And in honesty, this chapter was inevitable when it came to Zoro. It was. I'm very happy that we didn't get blue balled in terms of the Gorosei showing up. We got right into it. We got to see all of their forms, not initially shadowed, but ultimately shown, and we getting an idea of what they're capable of here. The only one we didn't see was we didn't see Hyoki. Warkery, or Mercury, essentially. We didn't really see what he was all about. We saw Mars, and we obviously saw Nuzjuru and Jupiter. We saw what they did, what they got, and of course Saturn we've been seeing. So we got quite a lot from the Gorosei this chapter, and it was all good. Nuzjuru going around and speed blitzing the fucking pacifistas and just bodying them with some sort of icy power. I think the icy power, a lot of people were saying Brook as a potential enemy. I don't know if Brook is powerful enough to really threaten the Gorosei. If he was, that would be kind of an insult to the Gorosei, in my opinion. I love Brook. I love Brook. He's awesome. Probably my third favorite Straw Hat. I would have to think about that. But anyway, point is, Brook should not be on a Gorosei level. But what I took from the whole cold thing of freezing their insides has something to do with Brook. Because when Brook described his icy powers, he called it essentially power from the underworld. Don't quote me on that, but essentially he said his power that he received, the icy powers, was from the underworld. He said so himself. And like I said, fact check me in the chat, guys, if you wish to. But I'm pretty sure that's what he said. So, considering the Gorosei are we have the sun god Nico, who is a god and good and, promotes energy and life and all that stuff. Then you have these Gorosei who have the black clouds surrounding them as opposed to the white clouds. And their powers are demonic in nature and represent the darker aspects of our culture and, evil yokai and stuff like that. Right? So their power comes from the underworld. it makes sense that they can harness the same power as Brook can, or he could at least harness the same power as Brook can, because they come from the same source. Brook's power comes from the next world, the underworld. And this guy's powers also are underworld related. So, I don't know. Am I going crazy? Am I theorizing too heavy right there? I don't know. Point is, it's really interesting. Nusjuro looks awesome in his hybrid form. I want to see the others in their hybrid form. Pretty good designs overall. There's none that I really dislike. The only one is the pig, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about fucking Hyoki. We'll have to see. Because you know, it really depends. It really depends. But that's the only one where I'm like a little iffy on. The others are awesome, for sure. And I have to see a little bit more from Mr. Sandworm here. He's gotten smacked around a little bit too early here, but we'll have to see. Now, the Zoro thing is honestly the I wouldn't say it's the main part of this chapter, because it wasn't a whole, like, we knew this was happening. I wouldn't say it's the main thing of this chapter, but as a Zoro fan, I have a feeling that I should be talking about it. How would you describe this fight? I don't think the fight was very good, objectively. That is one thing I'll say. You know, I know that might surprise people or maybe even anger people, but I don't think the fight was very good. I mean, we only saw a couple panels here and there of it, if you want to even call it a fight. It was a delay. And then Zoro finished it when Sanji said what he said. He's like, okay, fuck you, I'm gonna finish it right now then. When he finally got serious, it took him 2 seconds to end this man. It was mostly off screen. It wasn't a great fight. I wouldn't call it a one-shot necessarily, because a one-shot, it's tricky, because it became a one-shot when Zoro started taking it serious. Zoro wasn't taking this fight serious through most of it. Or, I wouldn't say he's not taking it serious, but he definitely wasn't going all out. That much is clear to see. I don't know what percentage I would say that he was going at before he finished things. 40%, 50%, 60%. Who's to say? Right? But I wouldn't say it's a one-shot, only because they were clashing for a little while. A one-shot is like what Mihawk did to fucking Das Bones and Marineford. That's a one-shot. Just like, done. Done. That's a one-shot. What fucking Whitebeard did to that giant Vice Admiral in Marineford was a one-shot. Bro just took him out without issue. It wasn't a one-shot. It was like heavy sparring. That's a good way to put it. Like a warm-up fight, like a spar. It was like 60 to 70% sparring, and then when the fight actually started, he took care of business. So it's close to a one-shot, but it's not a one-shot. It's not. I gotta be consistent. I can't clarify that as a one shot. It's just not. It's not true. But I will say it, like, when it comes to Zoro's capabilities of finishing opponents within one big attack, like, I don't know what you call it, power scaler. I don't consider myself a power scaler, although I like talking about, things like that. But I'm not like obsessed with it. Attack power, AP, is that how people say? Zoro's attack power is crazy, because you can see throughout this fight he wasn't like landing hits. It was just clashing and back and forth. There wasn't any hits landed up until this point, and the moment he landed a hit, it seemed like, we don't know for a fact that Luchi's done, but if he is done, if this is the end of Rob Lucci, like his eyes are white, he's bleeding, it looks like Luchi's done. If he beat Luchi essentially in one hit, it's not a one shot, but he did beat him in one hit. That's incredibly impressive. DC, sure. Like, you have to understand, like, even Luffy, it took a couple of hits to knock out Luchi with his punches. So that, like, Zoro's one of those characters, if he hits you with one good fucking slice, like, the only person who's been able to take on a full-on slice from Zoro, and still been able to keep going was fucking Kaido. That's it. And that was after Zoro had all his bones broken and literally did not unlock his Conqueror's Haki yet. He barely knew he had it. And he still scarred Kaido with one attack. One singular attack scarred Kaido. And now that he has Conqueror's Haki and he can infuse it at will, any opponent that's taking that same attack that Kaido took, who in this verse can withstand that? Who? Legitimately, who can withstand that? I don't know of many people who could. That list is very short, if there is a list at all. So, interesting. Now let's look to the future, and then I'm going to wrap up the stream. Let's look to the future, guys. What do we see happening next? We saw the bird yokai. I got to remember the names here. The bird yokai was Mars. Mars flew into the labo phase of Egghead. He went through the laser defense system, and he's probably going to regenerate. He's fine, obviously. What do you think is going to happen with him? Is someone going to intercept him, and if so, who? Do you think the Straw Hats are going to just focus on escaping at this point? It seems like the rest of the Straw Hats outside of Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy are going to be leaving those three still on the island. So one has to ask, is Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy going to leave with the Giants? And are they going to fight with the Gorosei? Are they going to just, do a kind of like a what happened in Whole Cake Island, and just kind of fight while you're running and fighting, and just try to get out of there? Or are they actually going to try to fight and take on the Gorosei? I don't see the Gorosei going down this arc. This seems like their introduction, not their conclusion. All 5 going down this arc would be shocking to me. Even 1 going down this arc would be shocking. So, I don't know. I think this broadcast gets out. It's a very big deal. And the Straw Hats, the goal of the Straw Hats isn't to beat the Gorosei here. The goal of the Straw Hats is to allow this, at this point, is to allow this message to go through. So intercepting the Gorosei right now and delaying them long enough for that message to go out should be the goal. I could actually see Sanji fighting with the bird guy, Mars. I could see that. Because Sanji saw him. No one else saw the bird guy. Although Zoro apparently, like with Luchi, they both sensed them with their observation haki. People saying Zoro has shit observation haki, but there you go, another example of good observation haki. Anyway, I think that Sanji fighting against Mars makes the most sense because they're both flying and flying capable. Zoro obviously with Nusjuro makes the most sense. Luffy fighting against Saturn. But I don't know, like, is Luffy going to take on the rest of the 3? I mean, you have Dory and Bragi there, so is Dory going to face one, Bragi going to face one, and then Luffy face one, and that's the 5 versus 5? That'd be kind of wild. I wouldn't be mad at it if fucking Dory fought against fucking Yuki, or Bragi fought against Yuki. Not Yuki, against fucking Hyoki, Workery. And Dory fought against fucking, I don't know, Saturn, and then Luffy fights Jupiter. What do you predict, guys? You think Zoro's next chapter is going to be focused because it's chapter 1111? Why? Excuse my ignorance. Why is chapter 1111 relevant to Zoro? Is there like a thing with Zoro in ones? Is like his birthday is like January 1st? I don't know. like what is the connection there? Oh, his bounty. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. I mean, I'm not mad at it. If we get another Zoro chapter, man, oh boy. The Sanji fans will be, You have to find them in a fucking November 11th. Okay, not January 1st, November 11th. Oh, interesting. So with his bounty and his birthday is November 11th. Interesting. I don't know if Oda works that detail when it comes to the chapter numbers and what he wants, but Luffy riding the sandworm, like, yo, bro, if Luffy rides the fucking sandworm, we know that Oda has watched fucking Dune. If he takes his clouds and wraps it around the fucking sandworm and just rides him, we know we've seen Dune, dude. We know it at that point. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Very interesting. And also, let me just say this before my brain forgets about it. Do you guys think that... Because the way that the Gorosei are introduced in this chapter, with Garcia, Mars, Mercury, Nostromo, and then Jupiter, do you think that's ranking them in order? Because we know Saturn's probably the weakest. He's the first one introduced. My guess is he's the weakest, and they have him listed first. Then it's Itsumade, Hyoki, Bakotsu, and Sandworm. So do you think that that's a ranking of some kind? Do you think? Because I always thought that Jupiter was the top dog anyway. He just has that aura about him. And, you know, Nostromo being the number 2, Zoro being the number 2, it just makes a lot of sense. So it all kind of fits. It all kind of fits, you know? But if that's the case, then Sanji should be fighting the Hyoki guy, the number 3. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe Sanji fights Mars because he's a flying enemy, and then Jinbei fights Mercury. I almost forgot about Jinbei. Jinbei can fight against Hyoki, Mr. Mercury, and then Dorian Bragi can fight against Saturn. Ooh, this is getting spicy. I can fuck with that. I can see Jinbei holding his own against one of these dudes. I'm not mad at that at all. I think, like, this guy, this Mercury, like, based on the fact that he's a boar, I imagine his abilities are going to be, like, based off physical strength. Like, he's probably the most physically strong of all the Gorosei members. Like charging and, like, slamming into people. So I can see 100% fucking Jinbei, like, that being a good opponent for Jinbei. And then Mars as the bird, like Sanji fighting the bird, makes a lot of sense too. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with that, man. That's my theory, bro. Luffy, Sandworm, Zoro against the Bakotsu, Jinbei against the Hyoki, Sanji against the Itsumade, and then Dorian Bragi against the Gyuki. Yeah, Saturn's the weakest, so Dorian Bragi can take them on together. That makes sense for me. We don't know if they have crazy eye forms. That might just be based off of that one devil guy. That just might be a Saturn-specific ability. I've never even seen a single One Piece episode. Have you only read the manga, or have you not read the manga either? Are you just here to, you know, check in on our weird little circle of the internet? I need more Frankie, bro. Just let it go. Frankie has been a relevant post-time skip in almost every way. I'm sorry to tell you. Hate to break it to you. Just be happy if you get a fucking super pose every 20 chapters. Just be happy if you get one of those. Just Frankie had his moment when he saved Luffy and grabbed him or whatever with his arm. That was Frankie's moment to shine. That was him. It's sad to say. It's sad to say that that's what he got, but that's what he got. I just don't know. Like, Frankie, Robin's been non-existent this arc, which is kind of sad. Usopp, Chopper, and Nami have all been pretty much non-existent. Outside of some things here and some things there. You know, this isn't the focus. Like, I'm not too mad at it because I'd rather have the Gorosei be focus. Kuma be the focus. Bonnie be the focus. The revolutionaries potentially be the focus. I'd rather have Vegapunk be the focus. That's what this arc is focusing on. It's not like back in Dressrosa, where those guys are being pushed to the side for the fucking Tontadas. Alright? The fucking Tontadas and the Coliseum scrubs. Alright? It's not like they're being pushed to the side for those guys, which they were that arc for the most part. But they're being pushed to the side for the heavy hitters of the One Piece world, which I'm okay with. I am okay with it. I'm sorry to tell you, I'm okay with that. It is what it is. Did I see the notes at the end of the chapter? No, I did not. The notes. Chapter notes. Oh, okay. Let's go down. The title could be adapted as Falling Stars. I like that. Zoro's move name references Kokoba Hahava, the coldest hell in Buddhism. He is the king of hell, baby! The king of hell! The meaning boils down to leopard hunt, but he pronounces leopard as Madara, spotted to play off of Lucci's move. Can we just mention, like, really quickly, like, I'm going to continue that, but I didn't mention it during the reaction, but Zoro's dodge ability is severely underrated, dog. Like, his ability, like, his quickness is actually super underrated. Like, he's not going to run a crazy 40-yard dash. Like, that's not his strength, but his burst speed and his, like, maneuverability and ability to dodge attacks is actually kind of crazy. It's actually kind of crazy, bro. Like, he dodged Lucci's fucking Gatling attack just by fucking doing this. While his sword was spinning in midair, grabbed his sword while he was dodging, and then fucking finished him off. Just let's think about that for a moment. Let's just, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's continue. Dorian Bragi's move name means sawing sun, but the furigana makes it sound like child of the sun, making it almost seem like a continuation of their dialogue about darkness being no place for Luffy. Child of the sun is awesome. The elder beast forms all reference to various mythological creatures. I already knew about the Gyuki. Itsumade is a creepy bird yokai with a human face and a snake-like body. Hoki is a monstrous boar from Chinese folklore, famous for terrorizing the countryside. Bakotsu is a skeletal yokai that is said to be the spirit of a horse that burned to death. That's kind of dark. A sandworm is a mythological serpent or legless dragon that appears in numerous modern fantasy franchises. It could also be related to similar creatures in works like Dune. Like Dune! Dune reference. Beep, beep, beep. Lisa Nagaib! Lisa Nagaib! Lisa Nagaib! So, what they're saying is, Oda's been watching Dune. Can you imagine if he had a completely different... Can you imagine? Because that movie just came out a couple weeks ago. I mean, obviously the first one came out a long time ago. How many years? Like 3 years ago? 4 years ago? No, that's not even true. The first one came out in the 80s. Then they made the remakes. Can you imagine if fucking Oda had a different design for him and he's like, I saw this Dune movie. It was pretty good, the first one. Let's change it up. Let's change it up just for the fucking movie. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? All right, let me respond to this. Yeah, the book's from fucking olden times, dog. The 60s? Jesus Christ. Hold on, I'm going to translate this comment. But let me just say, I recently watched a video where it was going over like this is so random, but let me just go over this because we talked about the 60s. I was watching a video going over the decades of music and like the number one like albums from each decade. And it went like album to album, like each album from every year, like which was number one. And I was like comparing the decades, and two things really stuck out to me. Number one, the 80s, although having some bangers, sucked ass. 80s was awful for music for the most part, as was the early 90s. The 70s were a little less than I thought they were. The 70s weren't as good as I thought they were. That was just kind of surprising. But the 60s, bro. The 60s were kind of amazing, dude, for music. Banger after banger that we all know, that we hear in our daily lives and don't just think about it, we just know them. Every single one of them were in the 60s. It was crazy, dude. Anyway, 60s are actually kind of fire for music. But ironically enough, maybe I'm just being, boomer status here. The worst generation was the current one. 2014 to 2024. Terrible. Terrible, dude. Terrible music. Anyway, point is, let's continue. This Japanese commenter says, I knew I was going to skin Luchi, but now I have to fight Nuzjuro. After they all escape, it's revealed that the Giant, Straw Hat, Vegapunk Satellite, Bonnie, and Kuma are hiding out at Zoro Fanboy's Pizzeria for a pizza party until they arrive at Elba. Yeah, man, come on, come all. Come on, come all. My restaurant is, all pirates are welcome as long as you pay. As long as you pay. Alright, that was fun, man. That was a fun chapter. If you weren't here in the beginning of my stream, if I'm nasally, it's because I'm sick. I'm not feeling super good. I'm a little under the weather. And because of that, we're over an hour. I think this is a good time to stop, to wrap up the stream. I need to get some rest. I need to take some medication. I need to pass the fuck out. So thank you so much, guys, for stopping by the stream. It was a banger. Another Oda greatness chapter. Legitimately, no complaints. I'm trying to look back at it. No complaints. No complaints at all. I wouldn't say it's a complaint. I have a question. Like, Dorian Broggy's strength consistency is completely all over the place. I don't know what to make of them. Like, because if I remember correctly, like, their bounty wasn't even that high back when they were in their heyday. Before they started fighting. Their bounty was like, what, like 100 million? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. It wasn't even that high, so I'm like, are they getting like the crocodile bump? Is that what's happening? The crocodile bus, a boom? I don't know. 100 million, I was right. Iron trap this brain. Alright, well, I'm taking off. Gentlemen, have a wonderful night. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you next week for hopefully some Zoro greatness. Zoro versus Nuzjuro hype.